So you talked about some of the microeconomic trends that you're seeing. How do you think the customers are changing within the industry holistically?
I mean, I'm gonna go back to promotion. I feel like promotion is driving everything. I've never seen Starbucks run more promotions in their entire life. Every time I open up, I'm with our new app, and I'm a heavy app user, so I've got all the usual suspects on there. I'm getting pinged nonstop for different loyalty, new products, new concoctions, new pricing. It's very heavy, and so I think it's very interesting how it's kind of almost training the customer to sometimes chase some of those. And where maybe in the past you were a loyalist of fill in the blank any brand, but now you might be interested in kind of dabbling a little bit and trying a few other things. And so that competitive pricing promotion lever, I think, is what's going to be interesting to see how much longer that goes.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
personalization, you talked about it a little bit, being able to personalize the tea is something, it's a topic that's very relevant right now to our audience. We meet each week and talk about different topics, and personalization invariably is at the heart of most of all the topics.
Yeah.
How does HTeaO plan to further enhance the personalization experience for your guests?
Well, yeah, and as I said before, we're self-serve, so you get to come in and craft your own journey for sure, like exactly the way you want it. We actually, unlike a lot of other restaurants or food service brands, we encourage people to come in. Like a lot of times it's a little bit more convenient and more efficient to go through the drive-through. We love that if you know exactly what you want, but we encourage people to come in because that personalization at that point is at the very highest level. We also have a not so secret menu that we promote. That secret menu is a direct reflection of what the customers are telling us that they're concocting and what they make. So every month or so, we're adding a new one in there, and it's a cool mixes of things. I mean, it's crazy. A couple of weeks ago, I had a dill pickle iced tea, which was a combo of like three of our different beverages, and I could not believe. Had a root beer float, in a store last week that would blew me away. You would have thought you were drinking an old school A&W root beer float, and it was just with some our root beer tea and a cream and a couple other things added into it. It was delicious. So that and then sharing that back out is our personalization right there at the core.
When you look at Stop and Shop, customers are evolving, different expectations today than last year and even 5 years before that. So, how does Stop and Shop work to meet the evolving needs and expectation of today's customers?
Yeah. I think in general, in retail, we all feel that pricing is a big deal. It has always been a big deal, but more so now. But there's more to it than just pricing. And so what we're doing is we're looking at simplifying and enhancing kind of the experience and the offers that we have. We have that's one part. Another part is to grow private brands. We want to extend and expand on our digital engagement as we have it, but make it even better. And then there's in-store as well to improve the shopper experience when people are within our stores. We have an online business as well, but there's also a focus on that experience in the store.
Okay. And how does the customer loyalty play into meeting those evolving needs and expectation?
Yeah. So we try really at the strategic level, at the higher level, to align with what we can. Not everything we can affect, but we put in some new campaigns that will help those efforts that I mentioned before. So one of them is we are building a private brand focused campaign. Another one is we are expanding on offers that we give to our associates to get them become more knowledgeable about our private brands, and so they can become ambassadors of those private brands to their friends, their families, and the shoppers that they meet in the store. And then we're trying some innovation through our programs where we work closely with our CPG partners that are able to put together meal kits out of their family of products so that we can provide discounted quick meal kits for them.
That's awesome. You do well, a number of great things for the Stop and Shop program, award-winning program, very focused on customer experience and customer expectations. What's the single biggest factor you think that influences a great customer experience?
I'd love to say it's our loyalty program, but there are more important things. And to me, it's really our customers' interaction with store associates, how the store is laid out, the cleanliness of those stores. Those things kind of play into what I'd call larger loyalty, but and that's where kind of customers really get their first level of truth with our brand. And so to me, that's the most important thing.
How does Blain Supply work to meet the evolving needs and expectations of today's customers?
Yeah, we leverage post-purchase surveys and some other first-party research to understand how our customers are expecting their experience to be at Blain's, and we track that over time to learn how those expectations are changing. We're also leaning into our vendor partners, our store teams, our contact center team to really learn where we might be falling behind or where there might be friction in our customers' experience today, and what's the most important thing to our neighbors, our customers. Yeah.
Okay. I know getting to know you over the last year, you have a passion for your customer loyalty program, but also one of the things you've developed kind of a focus is around in-store training and developing advocacy for the program. Can you tell us a little bit how that came to bear?
Yeah, so I've been in the loyalty space for about 15 years. And to me, getting the buy-in is one of the hardest parts. People want to know what the secret is to getting more people to sign up for your program. Is it the value proposition or the sign-up bonus, hiring the right kind of people who are selling the program in your store or putting together the marketing to sell the program online? And while all those things are important, I think it really it's so simple because it just comes down to asking consistently. And there's not a silver bullet. There's not, some super fancy secret out there that you can pay all the money in the world to get. It really just comes down to asking every customer every time about if they know about the program,
Right.
and how you personalize your response back to them.
That's awesome. You have a very successful customer loyalty program. You've mentioned that you've driven organizational alignment. You have a great training program. What do you think the biggest opportunity for customer loyalty is, your customer loyalty program?
I think our opportunity at Blain's is with the breadth of loyalty stages. So we have, a lot of customers who shop us weekly for consumable type goods that need replenished. But then we have other customers who shop 2 to 3 times a year more for weather related or seasonal goods. We've got people who come to us just for Toyland, or people who come to us only when the sun comes out for the first time in spring. And my goal is really to reward all of them and everything in between in unique ways, because we're solving multiple problems here. And I think the way our program sits today, it's just a little too universally fit, where it works, but it's not as customized. And I think we can do quite a bit more to encourage those less frequent shoppers to become quite a bit more loyal, even if they aren't purchasing in that consumable good area where they're buying animal feed, dog food, or food and beverage for themselves or their families. There's another way to kind of break in.